What the fuck is up, everybody? This motherfucker Ceen crazy bring back another video back ass bitch. We're about to do part 2 of the Kanye West and Piers Morgan interview. So far, I'm not really vibing with what Piers Morgan is on. If you guys watched part 1, Piers Morgan was trying to say that freedom of speech needs to have limitations, that it needs to have this and that, and I didn't agree with it, so I spoke out on it. So, yeah, if you guys not watched part 2 or part 1, go watch it. This is part 2 now, so we're gonna get back into this. So, yeah, I'm gonna shut up now, and we're just gonna sit here and listen to what Kanye has to say, because he's onto something. He's onto something. Not gonna lie, he's onto something. But I'm hoping that Piers Morgan will actually have the courage to shut his mouth and listen to what Kanye West is saying, because sometimes people be doing that, you know. When you be trying to explain something to somebody, they will shut you up because either they want to shut you up or they just flat out don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up right now and I'm gonna let Kanye West speak, so let's get back into it.
Yeah. On the two things you've mentioned. The first one is what you said about George Floyd. And the reality of that, it's not a media interpretation of how he died, because the Hennepin County Chief Medical Examiner concluded that Floyd died from cardiopulmonary arrest. His heart stopped, complicated by the way the police restrained him and compressed his neck. Now, he also said there were other contributing conditions.
Yeah, no. I watched the Candace Owens documentary. No. It wasn't because he was restrained. The officer didn't even have his knee on his back. He had it on his shoulder, but not his back. He died because he had fentanyl in his fucking system. That's the one thing they don't want to tell you. They don't want to tell you that he died from fucking drugs, which that did contribute to his death. And yeah, if he wasn't on drugs, he probably would still be alive right now. And I'm just saying that right now because, you know, that's how I view it as. And some people might not view me as that. People might hate me after seeing this video. I don't give a fuck, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely not afraid to speak my mind on anything. So yeah, they might try to take down the video for me saying I don't give a fuck, you know. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. He ingested fentanyl when they went to arrest him. And he resisted arrest, and and it's another example of, you know, if you're gonna be arrested or anything, you have to comply with everything they tell you to do. You know, if they tell you to fucking put your hands behind your back, they tell you, you know, to do 10 push-ups, well, you know, you got to do it. You know, you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do at that point. You know, and yeah, as long as you do what you got to do. There's nothing to worry about, you know. There's nothing to worry about. If you got to do what you got to do, you know, there's nothing to worry about. Like, you got to follow instructions like that. If you're gonna get arrested like that, you got to follow their instructions, you know. And I got common sense to know that. And some people don't even have common sense, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, just thought I would throw that out there, but. Yeah, Candace Owens did a pretty good job on that not interview, documentary. What the fuck am I even talking about? Anyway, let's get back into this. But yeah, Candace Owens did a fucking fantastic documentary. Like, it was crazy though. I watched it already, so I was gonna do a reaction video to it, but it's too damn long. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's get back into this. So yeah. Kanye West and Piers Morgan. Let's get back into it. So let's see what they got to say.
Well, hang on, let me finish. There were other contributing conditions: narrowed arteries, high blood pressure, and fentanyl intoxication. But although these were significant conditions, he said, and things that played a role in the death, they didn't directly cause the death. The cause of death was what that policeman did with his knee to George Floyd.
That was false, dude. Apparently, Piers Morgan did not watch the Candace Owens documentary. Otherwise, that would have sounded stupid coming out of his mouth, what he just said. Trying to say, oh, George Floyd died because somebody fucking put their knee on him. No, that's not how he fucking died, dumbass. He died from a fucking fentanyl overdose, which is happening across this whole fucking country right now. That's what happened, you know. And people are literally dying from ingesting the shit. That's what killed him. It was not because they had his knee on his fucking back. It's because of the fentanyl that has been poured into this fucking country. Fucking dumbass, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Piers Morgan, you're definitely a dumbass for saying what you just said, you know. George Floyd died from fucking a police officer having his knee on him. It's like, fuck out of here, dude. Anybody that believes that is dumb as shit, you know. But yeah. The facts are out there, though. Like, watch the Candace Owens documentary, and you'll see what the fuck, you know, I'm talking about, Kanye West is talking about, and what everybody else is talking about, you know. Everybody that has a clear mind of this shit knows exactly what happened. Like, and the media lies. That's another thing too. The media likes to lie to you. They don't tell you the truth. They never do. They never do. Fucking, they like to twist it to their own narrative so it fits their own fucking narrative. Basically, that's what they like to do. Anyway, I'm gonna get back into this though. So,
well, why would a coroner lie?
What makes you believe that?
Why would a coroner lie?
Because he could get paid to lie.
Yeah,
because he could
facts.
get paid to lie. Because
facts. People do get paid to lie. That's another thing too. Like, if you're in a position of power, and you're getting like so much money and shit, you can actually bribe these type of people that don't even have like morals, a set of morals or anything. You can bribe them with money. Be like, okay, I'll give you $10,000 if you say this, you know, about this person, or I'll give you, you know, $1,000 if you say this about this person. Like, you know, and everybody is so quick to jump on it. They're like, okay, I'll do it. You know, if they're asked to do it, you know, they'll do it just for that money. And by the end of the day, that's all they care about is, you know, the ka-ching, more cash. That's all they care about. that's corruption right there. That is, you know, that is definitely corruption, and it runs so deep into this country. It does, you know. Yeah, it's disgusting, you know. It is. But anyway, let's get back into this.
I watched it for 8 minutes.
The majority of the press.
Right, but I watched it for 8 minutes.
Now tell me this: have you seen the Candace Owens BLM documentary?
I have watched some of that documentary, but here's what I was.
Ha! See, Kanye West, you are a fucking goat for doing that. He just called him out. He just called out Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan was like, "Oh, I just watched like half of it." That's not watching the whole thing. He asked you, did you watch the documentary from start to end? He asked you, that's basically what he asked you. And you said, oh, I just watched like half of it. It's like, no. You actually got to watch the full documentary to know exactly what happened. And that's another thing too. People like to do this. They like to only pick out pieces of information that they want to see. They don't want to see the full fucking picture. They don't want to see the full picture of what really happens. They would rather pick out pieces, these different pieces, and then put them together like a fucking jigsaw puzzle that doesn't even, you know, that doesn't even add up. Like, you know, you put a jigsaw puzzle together, and you got these different pieces that don't align with each other. You know, basically the same concept. But yeah, fucking Kanye is a goat for calling out Piers Morgan on his bullshit. Fucking gotta give him a round of applause for that, you know.
Say to you, when you watch that video of George Floyd,
no, it's not a but. It's not.
Well, I haven't watched the whole thing.
I need you to watch.
I know.
Okay,
I know what you said about. I know Candace.
I'm gonna finish.
Yeah.
La.
It's all right.
La.
You don't have to do that. It's fine. I know what it means.
La 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 means be quiet and let me finish.
Right, but you did interrupt my question.
So with the BLM,
I'm glad. That's funny. That's funny though. Like, but I mean, you kind of do got to do that though, cause yeah, Piers Morgan is not even letting you talk on here, Kanye. He's not even letting you even speak on here, even though he literally said at the beginning of this, "Oh yeah, this is a platform where you can say whatever the fuck you want to say on here." But yeah, fucking another round of applause for Kanye West for standing up for himself, because not a lot of people would do that. Not a lot of people would do that. But yeah, fucking props to Kanye West for actually standing up to for himself, you know, in these interviews and shit, you know. Especially with somebody like Piers Morgan. Like I said, I don't know who Piers Morgan is, but based on this interview, it seems to me he's playing devil's advocate. Like he likes to he's playing to one side and then leading into the other side. So he's kind of a combination of the two. Like he's a combination of the two sides. Like he's so divided on what I think Piers Morgan is divided on his beliefs, to be honest. And that's just based on what he's done on this interview and what he said and what he said about freedom of speech and everything. Which I'm not going to get back into that, but yeah, he's definitely divided, and it's showing in this interview. It's definitely showing in this interview. But yeah, props to Kanye for speaking up, and standing up for himself.
No, I wasn't finished. You're pressing agenda. You haven't seen the whole thing.
I don't have an agenda. I just read you what the coroner said.
So we can have 20 different perspectives on how JFK died, but us as black people, not only can we only vote one way, we're not allowed to have any other perspectives, and that the area for George Floyd, where he passed, the murder rate is up 50%. And nothing, this is so-called movement, but it didn't move blacks anywhere.
Right, now listen,
so as a black person.
I will say there are legitimate questions about the Black Lives Matter movement, no question. But on the specific point about how George Floyd died, I don't think it's in question about what actually killed him. It was that police officer with his knee on his neck.
No, it was not, dude. This motherfucker is sounding stupider and stupider. Every time you open your mouth, Piers Morgan, you are sounding dumb. Like you didn't watch the documentary. You just said that on here. And then you're trying to push the narrative that that George Floyd died the way he did, even though he died a different way, which was exposed in the documentary that, I watched, Kanye's watched. A bunch of other people have probably watched as well. So, yeah, you saying that right there is, it's bullshit. It's bullshit, I'm gonna call it bullshit when I see it, that's what I do. And that's how I've been all my life. If I see bullshit, I call it out for what it is.
Question. It isn't question. I'm questioning it.
Well, you can
as
question
a black
it, but
person
what you're questioning is a coroner report.
Do you have friends that were killed by police officers? Do you have friends that were locked up? Do you have people aborting half your race? No. So I am the black person with the black experience that's worth $11 billion and is the most influential person on the planet. And I am questioning it.
Okay.
I have a right to question it.
Absolutely.
You can't tell me with your accent that me as an American Jew black person that I cannot question that death and question the means behind that was put on camera.
I'm not saying you
to
can't
traumatize. I'm not finished. La 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 means let me finish.
Okay.
I'm not finished talking. So I cannot. See, because you distract my thoughts and then you try to make me look like a crazy person and you feel you have.
Facts. That's what they're doing though. Like, Piers Morgan, you're trying to make Kanye West look stupid by adding more stupidity into the pot. Like, because you're trying to distract Kanye West from breaking shit down. That's what you're trying to do. By interrupting him when he's talking, and, yeah. I would be irritated too. If I was doing an interview and somebody was trying to cut me off every time I try to speak my mind on something, of course I'm gonna get, of course I'm gonna feel a type of way about it, Like, when it's my turn to talk, it's my turn to talk, Like, you'll get your turn to talk, But, yeah.
Have the right to cut me off, and I've proven you guys don't want it with me. This is like Terminator 20. You've never seen this before. So I want no one to play with me. Mm-hmm. I have the right to question because that videotape was used to traumatize my people and force us into the Democratic vote. Hey, George Soros, you're a real competitor. I respect you. I'm worth more money than you, and I have more influence than you, and have, Piers Morgan from a different country saying, well, I'm not going to do an English accent because that would be racist. I'm funny, by the way.
That's fine. I know you can do that. As I said to you, the show is uncensored, You can say what the hell you like, right? But that doesn't mean I can't pick you up on a...
You okay? Yeah, he is contradicting himself. He literally just said, "Oh, you could say whatever the fuck you want to say on here, but like, there's no but about it. If it's uncensored and and you have guests up here that are actually going to speak their minds and shit, you're not going to try to talk over them and try to spread your own agenda, basically. That's what he's trying to do. And I'm glad Kanye West saw through that bullshit and called him out on it. Like, props to Kanye West. I gotta give him another round of applause for that, you know. Because not a lot of people would do that. A lot of people would, let these other people bully them in the interview. Basically, letting them, cutting them off all the time. But Kanye West is like, no, you ain't feeling to cut me off. I'm gonna say what I want to fucking say on here, and you can shut the fuck up. That's basically the kind of vibe, Kanye West has to have on here, because somebody like Piers Morgan is trying to cut people off and just spread just to spread an agenda that the media likes to fucking spread. Like, it's ridiculous. They want to distract Kanye, but Kanye sees through the bullshit, so they can't distract him anymore. Than they already have. So yeah, let's get back into it though.
You can say what the hell you like, right? But that doesn't mean I can't pick you up on a few things, right? You accept that.
I accept that, but you try to say it is unquestionable because this one Dr. Fauci said this. I know it wasn't Dr. Fauci, but I'm just giving an example where we hear from even Google. Like, people feel like, if you Google it, it's factual. There's so much non-factual information about me on Google. But then I still believe Google. And people pay to get certain information to the top of Google. But this is good. Keep going. Where else you want to go with it?
Here's what I want to go.
Facts, though. They do. They pay. So, yeah, the way Google works is somebody can pay Google a certain amount of money, and they can change whatever they want to change on there. So they can put misinformation out there, and do whatever, And that's what they do with Google, They pay to change things on Google all the time, Even if one thing happened and it could have been something either big or small, they will push it down. They will intentionally push it down, all the way down as far as they can go with it, and then push out another article that says something completely different. That's that's not factual. That's basically fictional. But that's basically what they do. Like, Kanye West broke it down so fucking great there. Like, I'm here for Kanye West now. I'm not here for this fucking Piers Morgan dude. I don't even know what the fuck Piers Morgan is on. Because, like I said, I think he's divided. Piers Morgan is playing devil's advocate, and he's trying to protect the media. Also, trying to... I don't know, dude. I really don't know. It's kind of too hard to pick up on what Piers Morgan is all about. But it's definitely clear that he is not for, he's not fully for freedom of speech. So he's kind of like halfway on it and halfway not. So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
The civil rights lawyer Lee Merritt responded to what you said about George Floyd's death and said, while one cannot defame the dead, the family of George Floyd is considering suit, which they're now doing, as you know, they're suing you for $250 million, for Ye's false statements about the manner of his death, claiming Floyd died from fentanyl, not the brutality established criminally and civilly, undermines and diminishes the Floyd family's fight. So what is your response to that?
Well, anybody who loses a loved one, my heart goes out to them. Any race,
Facts.
My heart goes out to the pain of that.
Same thing, like, it's sad to lose loved ones, and I've definitely lost a lot of loved ones, and yeah, it sucks, but when the media tries to use a death of another race to traumatize another race, for being this or that, then that's wrong, like, it's ridiculous, it's ridiculous the way the media is trying to fucking pit us against each other. That's what the whole machine is for, is they're trying to pit us against each other. and not a lot of people know about that. Not a lot of people know about that. That's also another reason why I'm doing these videos on here. So, anyway, let's go ahead and back that up because yeah, Kanye West just spoke a lot of good shit on there. A lot of good shit. Let's listen to him.
Goes out to them. Any race, my heart goes out to the pain of that. I have a theory about it. Now, this is not a fact. This is a feeling that I have. In the documentary, George Floyd's 2 roommates said that George kept saying, they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. So for me, I'm a creative, right? I can like make a dinosaur out of a femur, right? So if I'm making a dinosaur out of a femur and I'm looking at a documentary that says George Floyd was telling his 2 roommates they want a tall guy like me, and on the day of his death, he prayed for 8 minutes. They said he prayed longer than he ever prayed. What do you think, me as a creative mind, the beautiful mind, right, the sensitive mind, what do you think I feel could have happened in that situation?
All right, well, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I would say that because of your brilliant, beautiful, creative mind, as you put it, and I don't dispute that at all, you've got an extraordinary mind. And I can see that in the way that you conduct interviews. You go off on very long tangents, but they're sort of fascinating. I find it fascinating to listen to you. I'm not saying you don't have a right to question.
Sort of, quite. These are like Capote level fascinating tangents.
No, they're not. They're not. I'm just saying it's the way you conduct yourself, and I think that's very interesting.
What do you mean? Or not? Why is it? Oh, it's not Capote level.
Actually, I think you
Capote level. If
you would like me to compare you to Truman Capote, I am happy to do that. Yay! If you want to be known as the new Capote, okay. I'm with you. Okay, I'm not going to question your talent. Your talent to me is completely unquestionable. Right? When you question that,
answer the question about the femur to the dinosaur.
No, I'm going to ask you a different question.
Situation.
I'm just going to ask you this.
You're not. You're gonna. No, I didn't finish my question.
Well, hang on. You can't tell me.
You answer my question.
You can't
first.
tell me what questions to ask you. You accept that I'm the interviewer.
To answer my question. No, I said answer my question. No, I'm interviewing you too.
Well, you can't interview me. It's my interview.
You're Bono. I'm interviewing you too. See, that's the way we rap.
Let me just put this to you.
So no.
Hang on.
You're trying to avoid
no. La. To put quite a phrase. You're interrupting me now.
I'm gonna get back to it.
No. Yeah. Piers Morgan, you're two-sided. It's showing on here. No question about it. Like, you're not even letting Kanye even speak or answer any of your questions, and you're rattling off your question, the questions that you're asking him. You're just rattling off one by one, and it's not even, and their questions, and another thing too, the questions are not even adding up to anything that relates to them. Like, if you interview somebody, you gotta ask them questions that relate to each other. You're asking questions that are out of the conversation completely, trying to inject, different questions from other places that don't even need to be asked on this interview. And that's another thing I fucking hate as well. I hate it when people take different information and they try to ask a question that's completely unrelated to the topic or whatever, when there's a certain topic at hand that's supposed to be discussed. Like, I fucking hate it, And, I hate it when people do that. Like, it's just showing how dumb you are by doing that. By taking something that's completely out of the conversation and injecting your own, a completely different, unrelated question into the conversation of that one topic just to distract somebody. That's basically what Piers Morgan is doing right now. He's trying to distract Kanye West from speaking his mind on here. And Tucker Carlson did not do that in the interview. And, I got more respect for Tucker Carlson now that I've watched this. But, yeah, it's hard to watch with, the way he's just censoring Kanye West and trying to make him out to be a crazy person, but he's not. It's ridiculous. Like, Piers Morgan is definitely on an agenda. He's definitely playing devil's advocate between two different sides. And that's basically what he's doing. So, yeah, and honestly, I think I've lost what respect I would have probably had for Piers Morgan after watching this, because it's ridiculous, like, just let Kanye fucking speak what he has to say, and then you can say whatever you got to say after that. That's how it works. You ask him a question, he responds, and then you move on to the next one. And then you ask him another question, and then he responds, and then you wait for him to respond to it, and then you ask him another question. You don't cut him off mid-sentence just to ask him an unrelated question just because you're trying to kick an agenda down the road. Like, you're basically trying to kick the can down the road and distract everybody, and yeah, it's ridiculous. And everybody's gonna see it. Everybody sees it through you. I see through you. Kanye sees through you, and I'm sure a lot of people that are gonna watch this also will see through your bullshit. And yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, either stop playing devil's advocate or let Kanye West speak. Either way, take your pick.
All right, you can, but let me ask you
Because you
this.
haven't answered my question.
Here's my question for you, which you haven't answered.
No, I'm not. Don't answer my question with a question.
Yeah.
I'm not answering anything to you.
I'm going back to my original question in a way, which is simply this. I'm not saying you don't have a right to question how George Floyd died, but given the world watched that horrifying video of that policeman's knee on his neck, and given that is what the coroner said caused his death, albeit he had other underlying conditions, including fentanyl intoxication, when the family see someone like you who's hugely influential, you're known around the world, questioning how their loved one died, they find that very hurtful, which is why they're now suing you for it. And my question for you is, do you understand the pain?
Nah, they're suing. No. The real reason they're suing Kanye West for that is because they are not capable of making money on their own, and they want to find another way to get money. That's basically what it is, and they want to try to get some money out of Kanye West because they just want to get more of that money that they generated from Floyd's death, which was unfortunate. I'm not saying that wasn't it was a big. It was not a. I wouldn't say it was a big loss like it was with Martin Luther King Jr. A lot of people want to try to compare that. You can't compare that because yeah, two different people from two different eras. You can't really compare them. That would be like if I try to compare Elon Musk to Albert Einstein. You can't compare those two because they both grew up in different time eras, and they are completely unrelated. So I don't get why people want to make that comparison. Oh, George Floyd is a new Martin Luther King Jr. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I hate it when people do that. They take two people from two different eras and then they try to compare them to each other. Like, it's not comparing. It's not like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Sometimes your comments can cause, like this circumstance with George Floyd's family.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question again. With my imagination, when you see in the documentary that George Floyd's two roommates said they want a tall guy like me, they want a tall guy like me, and that he prayed extra long on the day of his passing, where do you think that takes my beautiful mind?
I think it can take you to a place where you want to believe something which may not be true. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying all the evidence points. I'm giving you an honest answer. My honest answer is I think that
that wasn't honest. That was a political
my honest belief is that.
What do you guys do? People in the newsroom, what are they doing? They're like cringing right now. They're like, whoa.
No.
We never experienced this before.
We
never experienced
I'm not cringing.
A black entertainer that won't be threatened by the media to back down from his opinion.
Yeah, I think you mistake me. You mistake me for somebody who's going to be like the others. I have a show called Uncensored for a reason. I'm giving you a platform for a reason.
You're pressing an agenda.
No, I'm not. You're perfectly...
He is pressing an agenda, like Kanye West. I like how Kanye West is calling him out on his bullshit. Like, yeah, because if you weren't pressing an agenda, then why aren't you letting him speak and let him say his side of the question when you ask him a question, and you cut him off mid sentence when he's in the middle of responding to your said question. Like Tucker Carlson did his interview, very professional. He didn't just rattle off a bunch of fucking unrelated questions like Piers Morgan just did, and try to do that to distract Kanye West from even answering them. That's basically what he was trying to do on here. But yeah, I fucking hate it when people do that. I do. Like, and the way he's two-sided, the way he's playing devil's advocate and trying to protect the media and trying to do this and that, like, it's really these type of people are ridiculous. When they're two-sided like this, and yeah, it's ridiculous. Like he's basically he might as well be the fucking what was that villain in Batman? He had like two faces. I think it was like the Two-Faced Man or something. Well, that's kind of what I'm seeing out of Piers Morgan as like a character. Like he's playing two sides to the same coin. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. So it's bullshit, but it is what it is.
Entitled to your opinions,
agenda.
but do you accept
You're lying now.
Do you accept you may not always be right?
I just called you a liar. How does that make you
That's
feel?
fine if you think I'm a liar. That's fine.
No, you're a liar. You're pressing the agenda of the pain and trauma economy that is pressed on my people by the left.
Facts.
Actually, the trauma I think that was implemented to George Floyd was from a vile white racist police officer who kneed him to his death. And I agree with the coroner's findings because I don't see any reason why the coroner would invent that. So that's my belief. If you want to challenge that and you don't believe it, that's entirely your right.
Yeah, he definitely didn't watch the documentary. Piers Morgan, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Unless you watched the whole documentary from start to finish, not half of the fucking documentary, then you won't know what the hell's even going on. So you were literally presenting yourself to be dumb as fuck on here. So yeah. And Kanye West is calling you out on your bullshit. Like, he is calling you out on your bullshit. And yeah, he called you out for spreading the agenda. And yeah, you're spreading the agenda, Piers Morgan. You are. Like, you are a part of the media, and your whole job is to spread propaganda and agendas. That's basically what you do, 24/7. That's basically what everybody in the media does, despite whatever they believe, But hey, I appreciate Tucker Carlson for being more professional than Piers Morgan is being right now, because like I said, Tucker Carlson didn't interrupt Kanye. He didn't, I don't got to explain it because I feel like I'm being the dead horse, at this point. But anyway, let's get back into it.
I have a question. Who do you think are the biggest vile white racist? The media.
You think the media is racist?
Obviously, they are. Look at the way they conduct themselves. Look at the way they conduct themselves. The media likes to control and twist information to fit their agenda that they want to fit for the day. Whether it be, pitting whites against blacks, trying to pit Latinos against Asians, or, divide people up by this and that. It's like, dude, they are doing that right now, and it's fucking ridiculous, And, yeah, it's just more division. That's all they're trying to create. They're trying to create more division instead of, all of us coming together and, like we should, and, talk out our issues and, do all this. But no, they don't want that. They want to literally poison our minds to the point where we think, all white people are white supremacists, or all black people are oppressed and shit. It's like, no, that narrative does not work anymore. That narrative does not work anymore. Because, there's rich black people out there, and there's poor white people out there too. So, yeah, just thought I'd point that out there, So their little fucking agenda that they're trying to push is disintegrating, and they are panicking about it. So, yeah. What do people do when they panic? They lie. That's what they do. Fucking because they got nothing else to say at that point. Once they're caught in their lie, they literally try to put other lies on top of that to cover their one giant fucking lie that they put. That's basically what Piers Morgan is doing right now. I don't know if I'm the only one that's seeing that, but that's how I'm seeing it right now.
What? Please, next question. Please don't ask me any retarded questions.
Okay, let me go to the next furore, which has been around you in the last couple of weeks, which is your attacks.
Is that British for theory? Is that British for theory? What's theory, bro? Is that British for theory?
You actually have quite a good British accent. That's quite good. Let me ask you, if I can, about the allegations that you have made anti-Semitic comments. And in particular, when you said on Instagram, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Now, many people who are Jewish found that deeply offensive. They wanted to know, what did you mean by going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Because DEFCON 3, as you know, is a heightened state of awareness for military action. So what did you mean by that? Here's your chance to clarify what you meant by DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Well, thank you for allowing me to say what I meant due to the fact that I was blocked by Jewish people after I said that. So I wasn't actually allowed to say what I was about to say. But what I was going to say is, I was going to talk about all of the contracts, all of the misdealings that I dealt with as an entertainer. Being that I'm an entertainer, I've been wronged so many times by Jewish businessmen. And the reason why I say people, if a black man is caught in the car with drugs or a gun, and there's 3 other black guys in the car with him, guess what? They're all going to jail. So the reason why I say people is I want those businessmen's wives and fathers, mothers, grandmothers, and kids to ask them, why is Ye so mad at us? Because they're taking money out of my children's mouths and putting it into their children's mouths. I'll give you this parallel and this analogy. If you take, I just talked to Irina Shayk, right? And if you look at a picture of her at age 14, this person is beautiful, like one of the most beautiful people that God has ever created, right? And if any man did her wrong at a young age, she would get to the point where maybe she would actually hate men. You've heard that terminology, right? So I'm in a point where I'm frustrated. I have the right to my anger, and I'm saying that people need to fix it. I'm not going to fix what I feel until what I'm feeling is fixed.
Okay, can I respond?
I That's not too outlandish, though, but I see where he's going with that. So, yeah, he's saying that Jewish people are, the people that are in power, I guess, because, a lot of us are Jewish descent, at a certain level, but yeah, I get his analogy that he's saying. So he's basically saying they're taking, like in the media and shit, they're taking all these different young rappers, like for example, they'll take these young rappers that are just now coming out of the woodworks or whatever. They will take them, groom them, and change their image to what they want to see them as, and and then it ends up to and then it gets to the point where like this young rapper he signs his soul over to the record label, and when he does that, each song he puts out, each album he puts out, each because I'm a music artist as well, obviously, fucking full independent rapper. It even says it in the title, but yeah. So when these artists, they make music for these record labels, the majority of the money goes to the record labels. Like, a lot of the money doesn't actually go into the pockets of that artist. Like maybe 5% or maybe 1% will go to the artist. But the 99% and the other percentage will go to this record label. Hence, the Jewish descent, of the people that run this, a majority of them are Jewish descent, and that's why Kanye West called them out, and I completely respect that, because that's what they are doing. They are literally fucking over their own artists to get richer off that artist, and then when they die, they will, they'll put out all these posthumous albums, like when Tupac died and, they came out with all these posthumous albums. Well, that was basically a business move for them to get even richer on that label, whether it be Warner Records, UMG or whatever, and yeah, there's a lot of record labels out there, but that's what they do to their artists. They make it to the point where, they only get like a certain percentage out of the music that they put out on their record label, and they don't even get paid, for their song that they made. And the record label is actually making themselves richer than, than trying to make the other person better. That's their whole goal, and that's their whole agenda, And I'm glad Kanye West called that shit out, because not a lot of people know about that. Like, fucking young rappers will think, oh, I'm going to sign to a record label, I'm going to get all this money, I'm going to do this, but then they end up doing that, and guess what? They get fucked. They get fucked by the record label, because, they get a majority of the money goes to the record label instead of them. Like, and it's a certain percentage, but, that's basically what they do, and that's another reason why I didn't sign to a record label, and I never will. Because, I do not want to get fucked over. So, yeah. That's my explanation for why I'm not signed. And, yeah. Let's get back into this, though.
That's just going to shut me up and say...
No, I'm not going to shut you up. Can I respond to what you just said? My problem with what you've said, I'll be straight with you, is if I, as a white man, posted tomorrow on my Instagram, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on black people, what would you think?
Jew.
No, if I said black people, what would you think? If that was what I posted.
Well, did you accept that black people, you accepted that black people are Jew? Or
I'll come to that in a moment. On the specific, though, if I simply said, in other words, all black people was the implication of what I said, I would get rightly cancelled. I would get rightly vilified and abused. You, I suspect, would be outraged by a white person saying such a thing, because you wouldn't make any distinction about whether I was talking about certain black business people I'd fallen out with or whatever. You would think I was judging an entire populace by the colour of their skin. You are, by saying Jewish people, on Jewish people, you're not saying Jewish businessmen, accountants, whatever, that you've had a problem with. You're basically saying in that statement, all Jewish people, which is why it caused such offence. And I'm curious whether you, even as you wrote those words, understood what Jewish people actually would feel when you said that, and didn't make any specific references to any individuals.
Maybe they would feel how all my people have felt. Maybe they would feel the pain of when a black artist looks up and they've completely been raped by 5 Jewish businessmen, and there's multiple accounts.
What?
Kanye just said exactly what I just said. Like, that's what they do, though. They take these young artists and they brainwash them, whatever. They go through a whole process, and when this rapper does sign to a label, basically signing their soul over, they have no right. They have no rights to any of their music either. That's another thing too. Like, each time they make a song, they don't have the rights to it because the label owns that. They own them. That's basically what signing to a record label means. Like, you are signing away your rights, you're signing away everything to this record label. And will they give you money for it? Maybe they'll give you a little bit. They'll probably give you like maybe a 2%, 1% cut, but that's it. The other 99 and 98% will go to the record label to build themselves up. That's what they do. Basically fucking over that artist that they just signed. And that's what happens. And not a lot of people realize it, but I realize it, now that Kanye West has kind of connected the dots for me, I kind of see where it's going now. So, yeah, that's why he said what he said, about Jewish people, and a majority of us do have Jewish blood in us. So, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Does the fact that they're Jewish have anything to do with it?
Maybe they would feel like that.
But why would you say
it
again?
It just so happens they are.
Well, okay, but why categorize them according to their religious faith, their ethnicity? Why would you do that? Why can't you just describe them as business people that you've dealt with? That's fine, but what you're doing by saying Jewish people, these constant tirades against Jewish people, many people find
why
that
are you calling it a tirade? That sounds like you have an.
I think it's a tirade.
Where's the tirade? That was a tweet. It was a tweet.
It's not just a tweet.
And you asked me to explain it. And have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain. You don't want to feel my pain.
Well, no, hang
you don't
on.
hold You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking
you
about.
I'm not a Karen. To the pain.
I'm not a Karen.
Fucking get him, Kanye. Get him, fucking Kanye. Get him. Yes. Fucking get him, dude. Piers Morgan, you are acting like a Karen. And yeah, that I know it's a term, that's been used a lot lately, but I mean it's true though. Like he is acting like a Karen because he's cutting him off, not letting him speak, which that kind of annoys me. So yeah, that does annoy me. Like, dude, Kanye West is trying to speak his mind on here on your show, and you said he could, and yet you're talking over him and injecting shit into the conversation that doesn't even need to be injected into the conversation at all. And you're trying to turn it a different way to fit your own views and, whatever the fuck you got going on. And honestly, I don't give a fuck what you got going on, Piers Morgan. I really don't. And in fact, I don't even know who you are. But just by watching how you're conducting this interview, you are not doing it exactly like other people would, You are conducting it like, you're not doing it professionally like Tucker Carlson did, which I have to give props again to. So, yeah, shout out to Tucker Carlson, But yeah, fucking Kanye West roasted you just now, though, because you are acting like a Karen, because you're just, injecting shit into the conversation that doesn't even need to be injected into the conversation, and you're trying to twist it around on Kanye West to make him look like a bad person. And I can see when people do that to me, because people have done that shit to me before, try to turn me, flip the conversation around and use my own words against me to do this and that. It's like, no, it's not going to work, it's not going to work, because I see through your bullshit and I see what you're doing, and I'm going to call you out on it, That's basically what Kanye West just did on here, and I got even more respect for Kanye West now that he stood up to somebody like, Piers Morgan. So let's get back into it, though.
My pain.
You
don't want to feel my pain.
Well, no, hang
you don't
on.
hold You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking
you
about.
Don't
I'm
hold
talking. I'm not a
accountability
Karen.
to the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying.
You can't.
I think you don't understand the pain.
You're not challenging him, though. You are literally not even letting him talk or even say, like, when you ask him a question, you're not letting him finish the question. You're cutting him off constantly and not letting him say his side or even explain what he's doing, You're cutting him off just to spew talking points. That's basically what you are doing, and that is annoying as shit,
In that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God. God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one is cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism,
he's doing it again. God, dude. If I was on an interview with Piers Morgan, oh my, dude. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, dude. I would shred Piers Morgan to the point where he would be sitting down at his little fucking desk that I'm assuming desk, you know. He's gonna sit there on his desk crying like a little baby after I'm finished with him. Like, that's how I would tear him apart so much that he'd be crying in the corner asking for his mummy, or I think that's how they pronounce it in the British language, you know, mummy. I think that's how they pronounce it, but you know, like I would have him crying like a little fucking bitch, you know. If he had me on there, I'd do that, you know, and I had no problems doing it, you know. But yeah, definitely, it's annoying. It's annoying, but I want to get through this. So let's go. I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm gonna let this, you know, I'm gonna let this play through. So let's do it.
It's in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence. So you can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. That's racism.
No, it's not.
It is.
I thought you had a platform where I could explain how I felt. You don't care about how I feel. You just want to shut me up. You don't want me to say out loud what my people have been going through.
I do.
Or do you?
I do. I'm very happy to do that.
So what have my people have been going through? What led me to that point?
My point
is, what led me, a person, a successful, influential, extremely attractive person to get to that point?
I am not doubting for a moment that you will feel genuine pain about the racism against you and other black people in America. Not for 1 second would I deny that.
Racism by who?
Well, by anybody. I think any form of racism is wrong. Any form of racism is wrong.
I didn't say DEFCON on anybody though.
You said DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, specifically Jewish people. You didn't say any particular Jewish person. You said basically all of them. That is racism, Ye. And I think if you were honest with yourself, given the fallout from this, you would think again about how you phrased that sentence. Because actually, you didn't mean all Jewish people, did you?
Given the fallout.
Do you care about the hurt you caused Jewish people?
What fallout?
Well, you were removed from social media.
Wait a second, you're not allowing me to talk, Chris. You're not allowing me to talk, Chris. Oh, I thought it was the same person.
He's American. I'm British.
So the thing is, I want to bring joy to the world. I'm a composer, right? And this is a symphony. Our life is a symphony. We have so many beautiful ideas, but I feel the anti-Semite has been a wall, a cloak that allows Jewish businessmen, boom, I'll only be the police officer that says, hey, this guy with the gun is the only person going to jail. I'll be the first person that does that in history, right? So look, no one else in this car riding with the guy with the gun and the drugs is going to jail. Are you happy? I'll play by rules that are not played by from my people, just for the sake of this conversation.
I don't want you playing by any.
So
I don't want you playing by any.
That makes you happy, right?
I don't want you to say things just to make me happy.
That's what colonizers do, is give us rules.
I'm not trying to
that's
colonize
what colonizers
you.
do, is
I'm
give
not
us
trying
rules.
to colonize you. I'm not trying to censor you. All I'm saying to you is, when you use a phrase, like I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Did you hear what I just said, though?
Yes, I did.
We're past that. We're past that in a conversation.
Well, hang on. We're not past it.
Did you hear what I just said?
We're not past it unless you're prepared.
Are you happy that I said I'll focus?
Let me explain
Are you happy that I said?
I know. I heard what you did.
Brother, why are you talking over me?
Let me respond.
Chris.
I'm Piers. Let's respond. Let me respond, right? I'm simply saying what you've just said is not what you said on your Instagram post, and you know it, right? If you have a problem with particular businessmen who happen to be Jewish, that is a concern for you.
And you know it.
So you talk about all Jewish people.
Brother, what is the point? Brother, do you want me to grow from the statement? I just told you, okay, I was in a position where I've been hurt and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah, here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown?
Have
we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Piers, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Why don't you hear what my advice is and then work out if I'm wrong? Can we do that deal?
You haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet referring to all Jewish people, and I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I didn't.
You tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay, do you accept that example that I gave you?
I understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism...
No, you did not. Like, you were interrupting Kanye West so much on here. Oh, man. Dude, I hate these type of people that do this. I do.
is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I don't think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
You should be.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but yeah, you should be.
Absolutely not.
No, he shouldn't be sorry for expressing his mind. No, everybody's got a right to express their free mind. That falls underneath, freedom of speech. What Kanye West might have said might have pissed off a couple people, maybe that 1%ers, but he still has. But by the end of the day, he still has the right to express himself. And I don't know why society's gotten so fucking soft to the point where, they want to fucking coddle the 1% that, that gets easily offended, just by, doing this or doing that. It's like, we're so fucking soft at this point. It's ridiculous, like, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but what annoys me more is that Piers Morgan is constantly cutting off Kanye West. He's not letting him speak his mind on here, even though that's literally what the platform says, uncensored, but yeah, Piers Morgan is two-sided. He's playing devil's advocate, and it's ridiculous, it is ridiculous. But anyway, I want to go like 2 more minutes into this, and then I'll probably end the video from there, and then we'll pick off from there, and we'll do part 3. So yeah, this is probably gonna be more than 3 parts. I don't know. It's definitely looking like it. So yeah, stay tuned though. But anyway, let's get back into this, and I'm gonna end the video from there. So yeah, let's do it.
Are the people, the Jewish businessmen that led me to that place, are they sorry for the way they've raped my
I don't know who you're talking about in particular, but I don't know why you keep having to say they're Jewish. What does the fact they're Jewish got to do with anything? Why do you keep doing that?
What do you mean? They're the Jewish businessmen that did that because
they're business
they
people.
That's what they did.
Why do you keep saying Jewish business people? Why do you keep using their religion, their ethnicity? Why do you keep doing that?
Let me update it then. Okay, so I'll say this. Would I have grown into the box you want me to go on if I say to specify the business people that have raped my people that just so happen to be Jewish.
I think by doing what you've just done, I find that I'm not even Jewish and I find that offensive. Why do you keep having to do that? I don't...
Fucking Piers Morgan, you're softer than a fucking you're softer than a fucking pillow. Like you are so fucking soft. Even marshmallows are even softer than you. That's how soft you are. If that made any sense. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Fucking Piers Morgan, you're doing a terrible job interviewing Kanye West, you know, by cutting him off and trying to inject bullshit into the conversation.
I don't think you get it at all. I don't think you understand the
it.
offense you're causing when you keep using their religious background, their ethnicity, as a stick to beat them with. Why would you do that?
So what are you more concerned about? Getting the richest black man of all time to kowtow, because it's not gonna happen.
I don't want you to kowtow. You can do what the hell you like. You're a billionaire. You can do what the hell you want. I'm just saying to you that I don't think you quite understand when you talk about. Okay, can I finish?
It's not Moti.
You're a multi-billionaire. Okay, well, congratulations. But that doesn't change the fact that when you insult the Jewish people and say you're going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people, that is as racist as anything you say you've been through and any pain that you've experienced. It's the same thing. Racism is racism. And you know that, I think, don't you?
Yeah, obviously. That's why I said it.
So you said it knowing it's racist?
Yes. I fought fire with fire.
Okay.
I'm not here to get hosed down.
At least that's
a
honest.
Different type of freedom fighter.
That's honest. All right. You were racist because you knew it was racist, but you decided to do that because people have been racist to you. Is that your position?
No, I'm not. First of all, I can't. What is the beginning? Read the whole tweet. I'm sure you have it in front of it. Somebody in your office has it. Get him a coffee and a yay tweet.
What do you want to know? The whole tweet?
I want you to read it out loud, sir.
I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. That was the exact tweet.
Facts, though. They are trying to blackball people for expressing their minds. And they're trying to get rid of free speech. That's what they're trying to do. And that's why we as a society, we are in a kind of a war right now. Like, because, you know, we can't say a certain thing, or, you know, they'll get rid of our fucking profiles, or they'll do this and that. And yeah, it all trickles down to the point where they want to keep us at a certain level, and they want to have us fighting each other over fucking bullshit. And the people that are realizing that, yeah, like me, I realize it, and some people hate me for that. I don't give a fuck, you know, it is what it is, you know. You can hate me for the end of time, and I don't even give a fuck. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. This is probably a long ass fucking part, but hey, you know, I'm trying to get into this, so yeah, I'm trying to dissect this as much as I can, but it's kind of irritating me that the way that Piers Morgan is constantly cutting off Kanye when he's trying to answer a question, or, you know, do this and that. Like, it's getting irritating to me at this point. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and I'm gonna start up another video, and this is gonna be yeah, do part 3. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you guys are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep running the channel up. And yeah, there's nothing else I can really say. This is your motherfucking Ceen signing out.